Pretend you guys didn't see that first part. All right. Hi guys, we are the agency promotion team. Our campaign this semester was to promote practical advantage communications. I am Samantha, the account executive. That's Taylor, Amanda, Brenda, and Jason. I'm going to hand it over to Taylor so she can start giving you a background on the agency.
Okay, so our client was Practical Advantage Communications, or Doug. Little background, as you guys know, it started off here at Irvine campus in 2011. It's a student-run agency. It gives students the opportunity to work with real-world experience, work with companies and different businesses. And the main, sorry, I'm like blinking. The main objective is to provide PR and other branding opportunities and to strengthen knowledge in the COMM department as well as practical advantage. For our situational analysis, our situational analysis is just a breakdown of all interior and exterior factors within the business that might impact it. So a couple of our situational analysis were the box lunches that were catered that Samantha worked with, and additionally, like, other tasks within our group that we all took part in to get done. Some of our core problems, one main one was spreading the word of practical advantage, or just finding people who have maybe interest in the communication department and working with that just to get people interested was like our main goal. For our SWOT, so our strengths, was that Pratt offers a hands-on experience. The course satisfies your capstone as well as it's a requirement. It's a valuable experience. As you know, you can work with clients and get down something under your belt, so when you go in for a career, you have some sort of knowledge about it prior. And the event took place during COMM week, which was nice because it, again, promotes communications in the communication department. For our weaknesses, there are a few. The Irvine Center campus is 20 miles away from the Fullerton main campus, so that made it a little bit inconvenient for students who had wanted to come but maybe had classes there and couldn't reach it here in time. As well as it was during COMM week, so people did have other things they wanted to attend, most likely at the main campus, since it doesn't really take place too much here. Students were just kind of hesitant with that. And then for our stole section, it was just mainly like funds if students couldn't put together $40 to get a stole. I understand $40 looks real nice for gas money at the end of the week, so I get it. A couple of our opportunities were to, again, promote pride and awareness for PRAD at the Irvine campus, as well as stoles with the commencement ceremony. We had a successful turnout for our Munch Mingle event. There's a decent flow of conversation among the council members for the agency, as well as a couple of guest speakers we brought in. So that was really good, and it got interest going. It got a lot of questions answered by students, and it was really good to just come together and see everybody like work really well and have good discussion going. A couple of threats: students not gaining interest in attending the event to meet our goal. So initially our goal was around 20, 25. We hit, I think, 13. Yeah, 13. Still was really good. Another thing was a guest speaker like committing but then backing out. Unfortunately, he had just thought it was at the main campus and then couldn't make it here on time. But it was okay because we still had Karen Lozano and we had Niaz, who were there to talk and got the discussion really good. Another thing is students did not RSVP enough, but we did prepare for this and bought a couple extra lunches, which we're able to provide. Again, it was COMM week, so there were multiple events going on, and so our event wasn't the one that was the top choice, but that's okay. And the form of stole payment was a little tricky because we wanted to make it easy for students to pay through email, and students not receiving the email or receiving it a couple of days prior was a big one as well. And finally, just the overall analysis. The Munch Mingle event was good with students because it just promoted about PRAD, got some interest going, and we had the council there, so there were members there to discuss if any questions needed. And the lunches and stroll order was just one of our potential harms that could have gone wrong, but it didn't, which was nice. We basically held tight to the strategic message we had and how to spread the word by using flyers, posters, and going through email and trying to get that word out. So yeah, I'm gonna hand it off. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about key audiences, publics, and key messages. So our key audience were juniors and seniors at the communications department, specifically here in Irvine, just because they're, local here. And there is a total of 3,439 students in the communications department, according to the fact sheet that I found on Cal State's Fullerton website. And from this number, there is 1,473 seniors and 1,249 juniors. So we knew that we had to base off this event on their interest, and specifically finding internships and seniors wanting to know what is life after college, what to expect in the workforce. And some of the psychographics are college students who are interested in communications, emphasizing on advertising and public relations. They're also interested in internships, communicating with professionals, and as well as future agency students will carry similar interests because they're all communication majors. And some of the key messages for Munch and Mingle, we wanted to spark the interest of students because not a lot of students know about this agency. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know about this agency until I did the research on my own. So it was pretty nice to host this event and kind of show what the organization does, having students get real life experience with real clients so they kind of get a feel of what to expect once they go into their careers. And for STOLs, we just wanted to have past students and current students who are graduating to feel accomplished that not only did they complete their capstone, but they were able to work in a campaign, get it done, and bring good results to the client. And I'm now going to pass it over to Sam.
All right, I'll be going over our strategy, the goals we set, the objectives we made to meet those goals, the tools that we use and how we used them. I do want to kind of back it up because you probably did hear Taylor and Amanda mention STOLs and events. To promote the agency, we split our campaign into two different sections. The networking event, which we titled Munch and Mingle because a free lunch would be provided. The strategy there was to bring together COMM students, both who haven't taken the capstone course yet and also those who are graduating, and bring agency alumni because they are more recently graduated, so they'll be able to give advice to those who are about to graduate about what to expect and how the agency helped them, and career professionals just to give advice on what to expect in the industry overall. So the goals and the objectives we set, we wanted to get about at least 2 or 3 of our own professional speakers in. We ended up getting 2 speakers from the advisory board. We got one, which is my boss. He owns his own PR company. His name was Neos Pirani. And then Jason was able to reach out through LinkedIn and get an agency alumni. So that was awesome that she came in because she was kind of just fresh and really encouraging and promoting the event to the students in attendance. Another objective we set for that event was to get at least 15 to 20 students in, and we ended up getting 13, which was really nice. Some tools we made, let's see, for the Munch Mingle event, these are 2 flyers that we used the Canva app for. The one on the left was made early on in the semester just to kind of get the information out there and let people know that this event will be coming, to save the date. I did realize at the bottom I put RSVP required but didn't say where to RSVP, so that's how the second one was made. We made this flyer and also a Facebook event to kind of make collecting RSVPs easier. The flyer on the left was used as a poster on the Facebook event, and both were printed out and used on social media. When we printed them out, we passed them around cars in this parking lot, and there was also a COMM Week info booth here at the Irvine campus. So we had a couple of our members stay there, pass out the event, and kind of just try to get people interested in it. Let's see. Another objective we had was to communicate with other COMM organizations to kind of cross-promote any events that they have and ask them to promote our events. Unfortunately, we didn't get like a lot of responses, which is kind of disappointing, but it's okay because social media really was helpful and the Facebook event. Let's see. For the stoles, we the left ones kind of created fun, and early on in our proposal campaign, a lot of people, there was good feedback to the comparison to wearing a stole to like a rapper's chain, so I kind of played off that. And then the one on the right promotes the decorative board that we made to collect students' contact information. The strategy with these stoles was to kind of promote the agency on graduation day. If students are wearing the stole when they're graduating, they're wearing the logo, and that logo will be on pictures, like family pictures or even faculty pictures. And also it would create a bond with students. You know, there was a lot more loyalty and good feeling, lasting impression there when Pratt is part of their graduation day and part of the experience they gained. So the hope was after graduation, whenever they're talking about school or their experience with college, to maybe students who are still in college, that they'll say good things about the agency. Yeah, and then I'm going to pass it on to Brenda. She'll talk about the resources we used and the timeline that we set for ourselves.
Hello, everyone. Here are listed some of the resources that we used to help both our events for the Munch and Mingle and Pratt Stoles come to life. Jenny was the foundation account manager that we interacted with Jenny to get approval of the stoles, placing the order. And also, she was the one in charge of distributing the stoles to the students. Christina helped us place the order for our catering. Also, we had Karen, like Samantha mentioned, and Niaz, who were the guest speakers to our event that made our Munch and Mingle a success. The way we flyered out is, like she mentioned, the information booth was having a COMM table day that was hosted 2 days. And then also the Dean of Affairs approved our flyer so we can post it all over the Cal State Fullerton and Irvine campus. And most of our resources as well was a Facebook page and the Instagram. For our calendar in February, we broke it down on all the tasks that we had to complete. March was more of following up and finding a vendor. In April was our busiest month just because both of our events and deadlines to purchase stoles were coming up. So that's when we really got into daily checking email, sending out invoices, and then once April was done, that's when we really got a relief. For May 1st, we purchased the stoles. We submit the order. We got the stoles in earlier than expected. So by now, all students should have their stoles in hands and ready for commencement. And now I will pass it on to Jason.
All right, cool. Thank you, Brenda. Yeah, so everything wasn't so bread and butter at the time. When we first promoted the campaign, the Irvine campus social media was not responding to us, not replying to our DMs, not posting any of the flyers. So that's when I tapped in with my plugs over at the Cal State Fullerton COMM department, and they were able to actually post on their Facebook page, and we got a good amount of responses on that. And yeah, thankfully for that, that showed some awareness of our campaign and event. We tried to do the RSVPs. That was one thing that was not a success, like that unintended outcome. We only got like 4 RSVPs. But thankfully, because of the flyers and our personal interactions with the students, we were able to have a more than 50% outcome. And we also had some like leftover lunches. So after that, we're like, let's go bring it to the homeless. Let's not waste the food, you know. But yeah, and also with the speakers, right here, she owns an agency that's ran with about probably 100 or plus employees. I believe so. Was it 100 or 1,000? Yeah, but yeah, she gave us a lot of. Yeah, she has 2 locations, one in New York, one in Los Angeles. She gave us a lot of great advice. So, and then also the stoves. There was a miscommunication on the stoves. We had put out a deadline, but then we also received payments after the deadline. So those stoves were not able to, but the 17 stoves we were able to get out. And the ones that ordered it, shout you out. Congratulations. I hope you wear that with pride. You know, it's really nice. Shout out to Prad, the communications advertisement. You did. And yeah, so besides that, I would like to say the event was a brain stimulating event with a productive energy, and I hope that we pass that on to the next year. There you go.
Yeah, I kind of just wanted to go over more of the outcomes and the results of both of the parts of the campaigns. The Munch Mingle event was actually really exciting because we were pretty nervous having only 4 RSVPs going into it. But we ended up having 13 students, and it was in the room next door. It was very intimate. We were kind of all sat around in a circle and just bounced off questions, information on each other. A lot of great information was exchanged. I actually had an attendee come up to me, and I think it's worth mentioning. He said that out of all the COMM Week events that he went to, that was kind of the most beneficial and the most rewarding. As for the stoles, there was a little bit miscommunication, and there are definitely ways to improve on going forward with that. And we think that's kind of setting some ground rules on what would be approved on collecting payments, and definitely improve communication, because a lot of students will be coming to you with questions about their order and when stuff will come in. So communication definitely has to be high on that one. That kind of goes into the measurement of success. You know, like I said, we had set 13 students out of our 15 to 20 goal, and we sold 17 stoles out of our goal of 20 stoles.
Well, we did sell 20, but there's 3 students purchased after the deadline, so we had already ordered the stoles, so they couldn't get their stoles.
Yeah. Overall, it was definitely a successful semester. It wasn't easy, but we are glad that the outcome came out to what it was, and that we were able to learn and pass on any information we can to future campaigns.